How do you upset a Democrat? You end child trafficking. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. That was a facetious argument. Barely. Here's Cory Booker. Setting the record for a 25-hour, the longest filibuster speech in American history. I'm Senator Cory Booker.
John?
I'm not going to make you watch all 25 hours.
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
At a time when Democrats have been asking, who will lead us now, has Cory Booker become the face or at least started to represent the voice of the opposition?
I think what the senator did is he's not the voice of the opposition. The people are. That's what he said. He started his remarks shortly after 7 p.m. Saying, I rise because these are not normal times in America. And he talked about it. If it is to be, it is up to me. And he went through 25 hours of weaving between talking, reading from Langston Hughes, reading from his favorite book in the Federalist Papers, then breaking down what that means for this moment. He read letters from his constituents, but also people who literally sent letters and emails while he was there on the floor. He read from a woman in Wisconsin named Judith who said, please stop him. Talking about Donald Trump, asking him to do something. So I think that this was a powerful moment, and it is the impetus to encourage people to do more. Cory Booker was, when it first started, I'm not going to say who, but somebody we all know was like, this is going to matter. Who is he talking to?
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
That's Chuck Schumer giving him a big applause line for setting the record. Longest floor speech, Cory Booker. That's the hot air, the hot wind award. Yay, Democrats, yeah. I would applaud him too. Oh yeah, can I have a witness wipe that brow? Get crying. He's got that wall-eyed look of, there wasn't even a bill on the floor to filibuster. Okay, look at this. Speaking of Chuck Schumer, let's get in on this one from Libs of TikTok. The DNC, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are suing Trump over his EO to block, his executive order to block non-citizens from voting. This is what animates a Democrat. When you stop a non-citizen from voting, this should tell you everything you need to know. Look at this document. There it is in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, D.C., from the Democrat National Committee. They want their illegals to vote. Now, here's the point made on, hey, Cory Booker, you just spoke for 25 hours. You cried, preached, lecturing us on morality, warning about what might happen. It's pretty much the same sermon you gave during Trump's first term when you were gearing up to run for president. And the reason why you didn't speak one word over the last 4 years about the pain and suffering caused by Biden's immigration policies, let's look at some of that pain and suffering.
Texas morgues are reportedly overflowing as migrants, including young children, are dying.
How many migrants have died under President Biden?
I love that look. Look at this guy, reptile. Alejandro Mayorkas, he has freshly shed his skin as he dislocates his jaw to swallow a rat whole.
In Eagle Pass, Texas, rows of makeshift crosses mark the final resting place of unidentified migrants. And the morgues in those border towns are running out of space. The remains of the dead now overflowing into the morgue's parking lot, where 5 refrigerated trucks hold 260 bodies and growing by the day.
Sir, do you know how many died?
I do not.
You do not. Of course you don't. 853. 2021, what happens? You get in office, and that red line are dead bodies.
U.S. Border Patrol agents.
Yeah, I want to get back to that red line. Ted Cruz here. What happened? You got in office. Right there. That's the spike in dead bodies at the border. That means, the Democrats all want to do this sob story on how much they love the illegals, they love the minorities. They are stacking bodies over on the Democrat Party.
Dead bodies.
U.S. Border Patrol agents are holding migrants in outdoor cages amidst a record
record-setting heat wave.
More than 100 migrants have died from heat at the border so far this year, 13 alone in the past week.
A 17-year-old migrant died in U.S. custody this week.
Child died yesterday in Border Patrol custody.
It's actually the second.
Empty trailer, now tied to the deaths of 53 men, women, and potentially children left packed inside.
Children were still being kept in said cages. Families were still being separated at the border.
While the policy of separating families no longer exists, the practice continues under the watch of the Biden administration.
Whereas the 24/7, wall-to-wall, 24-hour fury.
And tonight, lawmakers urging the Biden administration to provide explanations for the disappearance of 85,000 migrant children.
Forget the explanation. Where's the tears? 4 years. Suddenly you say like you require vote ID, and Chuck Schumer's crying. Hakeem Jeffries is crying. Cory Booker weeping like a baby. Where were they when they were dead? Would you rather lose your ability to illegally vote, or would you rather die? Because the Democrats are focused on the one and not the other.
It now approaches 100,000 children, according to public reports, 100,000 children lost by your department and the Biden administration, migrant children sold into labor trafficking and sex trafficking.
We've never had such a bad problem with child labor trafficking and child sex trafficking, and it is enabled by the Biden administration's policies. It's really astonishing how much the Biden administration is willing to look the other way.
At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety.
The Biden administration's repeatedly ignored or missed warnings about a surge of migrant children as young as 12 working in factories across the United States.
Migrant children who come to the U.S. without their parents here are working 12-hour shifts or more at factories, even though it violates child labor laws. The three little boys that died, were injured and died. One of them fell from a roof in construction.
They have to go work the most punishing jobs in the country.
What are these wristbands?
I don't know what they are.
You don't know what they are.
It's his job to know what they are. Taken from children being trafficked.
Along the southern border, you see thousands of these wristbands. These are children being sold into sex slavery, and you don't even know what they are.
He does know what they are. He doesn't care. This is the face of the Democrats for 4 years while your borders were open. Look at that smug. Look at this smug guy. This is American evil, the enemy within.
That is astonishing.
So now you know why you're a chump if you voted for Joe Biden because you cared about immigrants.
Yeah, you're a huge chump. Not just a chump. A chump implies something much more innocent than what I'm thinking. You are so willfully ignorant. That is, your choice is to not know. That's Alejandro Mayorkas. Your choice is to not know so you can live with yourself. Because you know it's profoundly evil what's happening. And you just go, I can't vote for Trump. I can't go vote for Trump. Fine, don't vote for Trump. But don't pretend like you didn't know. Democrats knew, and not one tear was shed. Here's more from CNN.
That is the definition of gaslighting, because what we're saying is all five of us on this set tonight can look you in the eye and say that if you committed any of those crimes, then you should be deported immediately. This is the Democrat. You should serve your sentence and go home immediately.
Yes, but they were let in.
But I'm
That's
going to finish.
the bottom line.
And the lady on the right, they were let in, so they should go be sent home.
You're more concerned about the one guy that was deported
first of all,
than the millions of people that were let in illegally that went on to wreak havoc in cities like mine. Hold on a second.
First of all,
they did not care about the crimes. This is all just it's just a giant pageant. I'm trying to show you how the Democrats, it's so cute when a Democrat pretends to care about anything but winning. It's so cute when they pretend to care about anything, because they do not care about illegals. They do not care about the law. They do not care about removing their vote if they're illegal. They're going like, how dare you? How can you? Give us all the Jim Crow talk, guys. Doesn't work anymore. I'm Doug, in exile.